built and sold to e-commerce brands for 128 mil.
US dollars. Fuck. And you're 26 years old.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Abdul-Qawiyy Hammed, entrepreneur, millionaire.
Expert in the e-commerce space with his new venture, the FNIX watches.
What is it that your business has that puts a value on it for them to buy?
Everyone can start a business, but not everyone can retain customer loyalty. My mom died last year.
Sorry to hear that.
I felt several emotions when that happened. It went from rage to shock to then acceptance of you did your best. You can meet someone today and they come off like they are your best friend. The next day, they are the ones speaking the worst things about you. Even if you will do a deal with someone, don't look at the money, look at the character.
Abdul-Qawiyy. What's up, my brother?
I'm fine.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Welcome on the pod.
Yes, sir.
Is this the first time you've done a podcast?
No, it's not one.
Oh, you've done one
But this
before.
is the most unique one.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you. Who are you? For people that don't know who you are you and what do you do?
My name is Abdul-Qawiyy, Nigerian, born and raised in Nigeria. I moved to Dubai when I was 21. I'm 26 now. I built and sold to e-commerce brands for 128 mil.
You built and sold two e-commerce brands for $128 million. US dollars. Fuck. And you're 26 years old.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? I just sit in the back of a car podcasting with people. I should be in the house doing e-commerce. I need to be doing something with my life.
But yeah, and now I am documenting taking FNIX watches to the $100 million mark.
So what does that mean? Say that again.
So I'm documenting, this is my watch brand. This is one of the prototypes.
Yes.
I'm documenting how I'm building this to the $100 million mark.
And you're documenting it, that you're going to build that brand to a $100 million valuation.
Yes.
And when did you start this?
I started this like 3 years ago.
The watch?
Yeah, the watch brand.
This one, okay.
Ago. But
what's it
I've
worth
had the
now?
idea since...
After 3 years?
Well, we have 315,000 subscribers on the wait list, and we only do like 400 drops per... We only do 400 units per drop, and we only drop 3 times a year.
So only 1,200 watches, that's it?
Yeah, but it starts at $4,500 to $8,500.
Is this your how much? $4,500
to $8,500.
To $8,500.
This is one prototype, but this one, we created this because I wanted to test the endurance level, gym, swimming, just to make sure that it's rugged enough.
What the fuck?
I've always loved watches.
It's just glittery and everything. Okay.
So, and now I have a community where I'm documenting for people who want to learn how to build $1 million brands on how they can go about it. And the main reason I started documenting this was because initially on Twitter, that was where I was showing how I was building the previous brands, but I never really went super in depth. It was more of like, oh, okay, this is how we made this, this is how we made this. But I never really shared the strategies that led to the results, like the inputs that led to the outcomes that people are seeing. So now it's like, yeah, I mean, I've done it. I can do it. I can take a brand from 5 mil to 50 mil in sales in a year. I know the processes, right? Like from 0 to 6 figures, it's product market fit. 6 to 7 figures is knowing how to generate consistent sales, customer acquisition, and then creating a better experience for them. 7 to 8 figures is now finding good A players that can handle different departments and making sure that when it comes to products, making sure that one, the customer experience is great, creating brand ambassadors, that is, customers become your best advertising channels. That is, they tell others that, shit, you need to be a part of this brand, right? And then 8 to 9 figures is now cash flow, making sure cash flow is steady, making sure that funding, because funding is very, very huge. Now, I don't take external funding. How do I go about it? By making sure that the product is great, we increase customer lifetime value, ensure that we incentivize people who are holding each department to make sure they give in their best, and then they are given the room to find the best talents to take over from them, you understand? And yeah, it's crazy. I could go a lot more in depth into it, but I feel like I figured it out. Some through, trial and error, some through getting coaches, some through, courses, and some through books that I read. But yeah, my end goal is to have $1 billion net worth by the time I'm 30. So
30.
yeah.
So you're 26 years old, right? What the fuck? And so how much cash you got in the bank? After the 128, did you save it all?
I don't keep cash liquid. I keep cash in crypto. And then in assets. Yeah.
Got ya. Okay. Did you blow that money, the 128 million? Or?
No. So the first $1 million I made, I was 19.
Okay.
I blew through some of that through bad financial decisions, and also not even Lamborghini. It was like I was trying to invest in a company, a software as a SaaS, software as a business service company, and it just went to shit. Like I bought. Okay, so one of the companies I tried buying or that I bought was they provide this extensions, Chrome extensions that can help you find best landing pages that you can replicate. But now it's like something that's already available for free on Google Chrome Store. So no one is going to be paying you $999 a year for the same thing they can get for free, right? So that just went to shit. And I'm like, oh, bro. I never really had... So I grew up poor. My parents were low-income earners in Nigeria. I used to be a cobbler. I used to make shoes just to, make a living. I used to ride bicycle from home to the university. I never really had any rich uncle or auntie I could consult that, I have this money. How do I go about it? So yeah, I made my mistakes very, very early. So when I sold my company, I just said I wanted to travel the world. So I went to Estonia. Estonia was fucking cold. Yeah, I didn't like it. So that's why I decided to come to Dubai. And
why Estonia?
So Estonia is crypto friendly. It's like one of the first countries in the world to adopt crypto as a currency. And I was like, let me go to Estonia. I wanted to set up plus I have a Nigerian passport. It's now that I paid to get the second passport. I have a Nigerian passport. You're locked out of a lot of the world, right? Yeah. So you can't really travel to so many places. Yeah. So Estonia was like the easiest place I could travel to then, and I went to Estonia.
So they're very friendly with Nigerian passports?
Yeah, they are very friendly. I mean, when you have the money and you can set up a business there, it's easy.
Yeah. So you all your life you've been in Nigeria, and then now you're in Dubai.
I was born and raised in Nigeria.
Born and raised in Nigeria.
I got my BSc even in Nigeria.
Yeah. And is that where your parents are right now?
My mom is dead. She died last year.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thanks. My dad is in Nigeria.
He's in Nigeria. Have you taken care of the whole family?
Bro, my family is lit forever.
They're dumb.
They don't have to worry about nothing. I mean, I feel like it's one person that has to change the trajectory of the family.
Of course.
But when you're a black sheep in the beginning, everyone hates you until you're proven as successful. And then they're like, oh, no, that's our kid. Like, hell no, you didn't support in the beginning.
I see.
Well, yeah, it is what it is.
So your dad and mom were more like, what are you doing?
Well, my parents divorced when I was 8 years old. Okay. So my mom had custody of us, and my mom was always supportive. My dad was the one that was like, I'm a lecturer. Why will my kid not want to go in the same route that I'm going? But I've always been a smart kid. I just felt like my dad is rich. He's smart, but he's not rich. And when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm like, hell yeah, this is what they're saying, right? This man has all the intellect, but it doesn't reflect in his bank account. I don't want to be like you when I grow up. Right? So that's what led me to making my first money online. I made my first money online in 2013. I made $50. I got that money by freelancing. I found this guy, Jason Stone, popularly known as Millionaire Mentor on Instagram. He was sitting on a Lamborghini like, I'll teach you how to make money online. So I had saved up some money because my mom sells UK clothes. And so I saved up some money that she had given me. And then I told my cousin who was our dad won the American Visa Lottery. So they do something called American Visa Lottery back then in Nigeria. My dad won it and they had moved to the USA. So I told her, can I pay for this course through your card, I'll send you the money via MoneyGram. You help me pay, and then I'll have access to the course. So I paid for the course, and yeah, like it taught us how to freelance sell services. So I sold whiteboard explainer videos. You know those videos where someone will be writing. It's like Anand is writing to explain certain things. That's the service I started with. And when a client paid me $50, bro, I was like, this is it.
Damn.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, because my parents were giving me, as at then, the exchange rate to Naira was $42. So $31 on transport, $11 on feeding for the whole month. That was it. And when a client paid me $50, I'm like, hell yeah, this is what I want to do. Like, this is how I can make money for myself. And yeah.
Especially in Nigeria, $50 would go far.
Yeah, back then, I mean, even now, $50 is a lot of money still.
Yeah. In Nigeria, 50 US, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, $128 million is a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Even in Dubai. Even in Dubai, right?
It is.
But in Nigeria, you're a billionaire.
Bro, see, the thing is, I became a billionaire in my country when I was 19.
Ah, I see.
Right? But I'm not extravagant. Like, I don't have any crazy expenses. Even here in Dubai, I don't have like any crazy expenses. You could meet me on the road and be like, you don't know, okay, I had anything, because I'm a simple guy, I'm a simple man. The only things that I really, really care about are experiences and then cars, like supercars. I love supercars. I love having nice experiences. But trying to impress people and shit like that, nah. Because I saw how it affected. So my dad doesn't make a lot of money, but the little he made, he was always trying to prove to the world that, oh, I make more than this. So I saw how that affected him and his finances, and I never really wanted that. And so when I started making like a boatload of money, I never really blew money in anything like crazy. I think the main reason my net worth has like grown so fast is because I took a huge chunk of the money that I made, even when I was still like doing e-com actively. So the two brands I had one was for women. It was a shapewear product for women who had postpartum self-image issues. They didn't like how they looked after childbirth. And so it was like a shapewear to help them suck that in. And the second one was for short guys who were dating taller girls. So it adds, we call it Invisole. It adds like an extra 3 inches to their shoes and they become suddenly taller.
Wow.
Right. So those were the two products I sold were around insecurities.
So those two things that you sold,
the two
you
brands
sold for
I sold.
128 million.
Yep.
Did you sell both of them at the same time to one company
No,
or separately?
No, it was a broker that helped handle the two deals. But no, it wasn't to the same company. It was two different companies. It was just around the same time. The first one was October. The second one was the first one was October. The second one was November. And it was great. And the great thing is, and that's why I preach, you should document to an extent what you're doing. The two deals came through Twitter. Yeah, it was someone who knew me through Twitter, because people saw when I had my first $1 million month, they knew when I had my first $1 million week, they knew when I had my first $1 million day. And I was always sharing insights on this is how you go about it, this is how you go about it. And yeah, that just brought opportunities. I mean, this conversation wouldn't happen if I wasn't putting myself out there too, right?
Of course.
So it's insane. The internet.
It's powerful.
Yeah, very, very powerful.
Okay, interesting. So the companies that purchased your company, were they based in Nigeria?
No.
No.
They were based in the USA. I never really sold to Nigeria.
Got ya.
I never sold to Nigeria.
Got ya. And where did you do your advertising to sell these things?
Oh.
How was your advertising strategy?
Advertisements was through Google ads, native ads, and then Facebook ads.
Google, what was the other one?
Google ads, native ads. So you
Native
could
ads.
run some kind of ads won't fly on Facebook or Google. So like on porn sites, you can have images that are displayed of before and after. But Facebook ad policies doesn't allow nudity, and you're showing people's belly, what it looks like before and after.
Yeah.
But the shoe one, Invisole, we sold down like all ad platforms. We had Facebook ads running, we had Google ads running, we had Snapchat ads running. But for the other one, it was too delicate to show everything on.
I see.
So we did native ads.
And when you because I see on TikTok all the time where they've got these guys where they're short and then they put on these shoes and they're so much taller and stuff like that. So when you do this, right? When you have a company like that does this and then you sell it, wouldn't they think to themselves, "Oh, I could just what is it that your business has that puts a value on it for them to buy for that kind of money?" And wouldn't they be like, "Well, we can just do this ourselves. We can go to China and find a supplier and make it." Or did you have something that they needed? Was it like a patent on it or something?
So everyone can start a business, but not everyone can retain customer loyalty.
Got ya.
Everyone can start an e-commerce brand. Not everyone can have what Amazon has right now. If you buy on Amazon, there's a certainty that you will have repeat purchases till the end of the year, right? If you buy one Apple product, there's a certainty that you will always go back to get more Apple products, right? When you create a brand, and I advise everyone to read the Bezos letters, because it shows you how to really build a $1 trillion company, because Jeff Bezos has done it, right? And so if you're able to incentivize your customers to not just buy once, but to always keep buying, that's one. And then two, when you solve a problem that people in groups have interest in, it's like short guys roll with short guys, whether we like it or not. They have similar interests, right? And if someone is, I'll just give you an instance. If someone is unable to secure a date, for instance, because he's feeling some type of way that his short is approaching a taller girl, and he eventually gets the girl and is talking to his friends like, "Oh, bro, I was with that girl. Can you imagine?" And everybody's like, "But how? How did that happen, right? Oh, I got this shoe and suddenly I'm at par with that." And then word of mouth, right? That works. Plus, the audience we've had, the audience we've built, before it will take you, okay, why did Facebook buy Instagram when they could have built another Instagram? Because Instagram has already acquired an audience base that was super valuable to Facebook instead of Facebook building from scratch.
Great point.
Why did they want to buy Snapchat? Because Snapchat had also captured an audience at a certain period of time that it will take them longer to acquire, right? If anyone wants to buy OpenAI right now, it will take them a long period of time for them to acquire 1 million users in a day the way OpenAI did it. But when they buy that, they are buying that data and they are also buying the resources that have already been made available. We already developed SOPs, we already knew the lingo that would attract our ideal audience. We had already developed everything from hiring that a company can just come and scale. The only reason I sold was because I saw that they had the vision and they would be able to execute on a higher scale than I could, right? The main reason, when you look at exits or mergers, the main reason Google was able to buy YouTube when they bought YouTube was because they had the infrastructure to take YouTube to what it is today than the founders or the people who started YouTube initially, right? So that's the way it works. And yeah, we had something that wasn't in the market yet. And we had captured an audience that it would take longer for them to even acquire. So
good point.
Product isn't just the thing, it's also the base, the audience base.
Very good point. When you sell a business like that, I assume it would. I've sold businesses, but I have sold a gym, this business, that business. You know what I mean? But when you sell a business for that kind of money, is that like a long process? Is it like a 6-month due diligence process and back and forth?
Well, it depends also. The process depends on 3 things. One, them validating your numbers, making sure that everything is actually what you're saying and you're not just inflating numbers. 2, they also want to look at inventory because you already have certain inventory and how long it will take for them to offload the inventory that you have. And then 3, they also want to make sure that your customer retention is high, right? So even during that process, you could have the mergers and acquisition ongoing, you could have the entire process ongoing, but they also want to verify the data. So if you've documented all the data necessary, it doesn't take longer. But if you haven't, your numbers, your finances, you've not had everything in check, Now you have to go in-house to say, oh, we need to put all of this. It could take a year. It could take a month. It could take 3 months. It depends on how
clean you are, how
what
ready
your
you
process
are.
is.
Yeah.
So there's this book I also would say someone should read, Build to Sell. If you are building your business in such a way that if a purchase were to come through, everything would be clean, then yeah, it won't take any long because they just need to do their findings, make sure that everything is correct, and the sale goes through. Because the money is already in escrow anyways, right? They just need to finalize things and make sure things work.
How long did it take for you to make that transaction?
I had to pray over it.
You what?
I had to pray over it. But it took me...
You had to what about it?
I had to pray.
Pray,
yes. Because, I mean, I'm big on that, but it took 7 months.
7 months.
From the beginning till the end.
Got ya.
And the main reason it took that long too was myself. I also delayed it a bit because I wanted to make, your business is like a baby, right? You want to make sure it's in the right hands. I also did my research to make sure that I'm putting things in the right people's hands. But yeah, and then, staffs are also like, we don't want to, we want to be sure they're going to treat us the way you're treating us and all of that. But yeah. And today, I mean, they call them 6 feet tall or something. That's they rebranded because it went from Invisol to 6 feet tall. But
it went from
Invisol to 6 feet tall. The name
6
of the brand.
feet?
6 feet tall.
Tall.
Yeah. The
wow, 6 feet tall. Sure. And is that still around? The business is still around?
Yeah, it is.
And it's still doing good.
Yeah, it's doing good.
Yeah. So they haven't dropped. They haven't
they haven't
messed it up.
No, they didn't.
Okay. Good. Because you see that a lot.
Yeah.
You see that a lot. You see, we have an insurance company in Australia. People have come and made us offers, and my business partner's like, they'll ruin it though. They don't know how to run it.
Yeah.
So you see that a lot.
Yeah.
We worried about that.
Yeah.
That they're gonna ruin it.
Well, I was. It's as at then I felt it was my legacy.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to go to shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't sell my watch company anyways. Like I'm keeping this in-house for my kids and everything. But yeah, I was worried. And was also scared they would destroy the customer base that we had in place. So that's why it took a while for the entire transaction to go through.
Do you does your dad work anymore? Does your dad work right now?
My dad works by his
choice.
own choice.
Yeah,
not because he cannot stop working.
Yeah.
He works by his own choice. My mom, I told my mom, so I told her like, yeah, you're retired. And I'm glad I was able to fly out to Dubai when I did. Yeah, my mom is my best friend.
Man, I feel you.
But yeah, my dad is just, I'm a professor. I have to do I have to become an emeritus and shit like that. Okay, no problem. But he doesn't have to stress about nothing.
And I'm glad that your mom was able to see your success.
Oh man, like I even caught it on video. She was like, "I'm proud of you."
Yeah,
I'm really proud of the man you've become. But
how many kids how many siblings do you have?
So from my dad, we have 5.
5.
From my mom, it's just 2 of us, myself and my sis, Farida.
And where's your sister? Nigeria?
My sister is in Nigeria. She's definitely going to...
Is she retired too?
My sister doesn't work. She just graduated from university.
Oh, cute.
So,
do you have a feeling of responsibility over her?
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, I believe you're not successful if you don't have a successor.
Yeah.
So that's my baby. Like,
yeah, that's
she
your
doesn't
baby.
have to worry about nothing.
So, are you gonna fly her out here?
Bro, the only thing I'm waiting for is we're working on one thing to work, and she's going to be able to come to Dubai. But because she's Nigerian, Nigerians are banned from coming to Dubai at the moment. But once I'm done with what I'm working on, that's my baby. We'll probably just travel the world for the next 2 years.
Yeah, wow. That's incredible, man. That's incredible. Respect to you, man. Respect to you. It's so good to see good things happen to good people.
Alhamdulillah, because shit, I say that it takes a level of trials for you to become calm, right? And you go through crazy stuff in life and you're able to say, it's God's will. But I surrender myself to God. Then the best is yet to come. So
well, you're only 26.
Yeah.
Right? So you're like, people don't reach that kind of money in their lifetime.
You know, I really don't see it as. I know it's a lot of money, but I don't. That to me is not success. For me, success for me will be when I'm a father, when I'm an husband, and I'm able to hold my family unit very, very well. Right? Because I never saw that growing up. I never saw my dad and mom hug. I never saw them kiss. I never saw, like, the ideal family unit was missing in my own life growing up. That, when I become that man, that is when I'll say Abdul-Qawiyy is successful. But money, I mean, like, see, I don't think money really changes the standard of your life past $400,000 a year. Like, extra money after that grants you options, influence, access to certain rooms, but still,
you're still living the same.
Exactly.
I agree. I preach this all the time.
Like, so,
yeah,
for me,
if somebody came and gave me 10 million, it wouldn't change my life because you don't fly business, you can fly private.
Yeah.
You don't, you're everything just becomes a little bit nicer, but you're still doing everything you want to do.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I just got back from Thailand, as I was messaging. I still travel like once every 10 days. Yeah, you might be able to stay nice or fly private or whatever, but I don't care. Like, I'm still happy to fly how I'm flying and be able to...
Like, bro, I would go into a cab if I felt
I don't care.
Like, I'll take a cab.
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah, I think... It's because, I would say, for me, I've always been content from when I was young. I don't care what someone has. I don't look at other people's material possessions and make myself feel some type of way. Like, no, I believe what will be yours eventually.
Exactly. You know, it's funny. I went to Thailand with my friend, and we booked this hotel called Amari, right? And beautiful hotel. They refunded me my reservation the day before. I think they oversold and they're fully booked. I don't know what it was. So my friend was there. They didn't refund him. So I had to get another hotel last minute, but I wanted to be next to my friend. So I got the one next to it, which is the Mercure Hotel, right? It's not a great hotel, right? But I didn't care. It didn't even cross my mind that I should go and say, hey, your room is not that nice, like the photos, cancel it. I'm just going to go to another hotel. I didn't care. I just stayed there. I went to my friend's hotel. I was like, man, this is nice. He's like, yeah, come to the executive lounge, there's food. And I'm just like, but I didn't care because we grew up how we grew up.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, so, bro, on my mom's 35th birthday, there's something called gari in Nigeria. It's like, it's made from cassava. We add that on fire, onions and palm oil. That's what we steered. Bro, you wouldn't give that to your dog. But that's what we ate on our 35th birthday. My first designer item I bought when I was 21. My first designer, I was wearing UK used clothes growing up. I used to ride bicycle from home to school. The bicycle, okay, the distance is like from this place.
How many kilometers?
Like 17 kilometers. It's like from, let's just say from here to Dubai Hills Mall. Dubai Hills Mall is a bit closer. Let's say to
Downtown.
SLS.
Okay.
SLS.
Yeah.
From here to SLS and back.
Yeah.
That's what I used to cycle on.
Yeah.
But I knew someday things would change.
Yeah. How do you know SLS?
Bro, come on. So, like, I'm just like, yeah. So
suspicious behavior. SLS. But why you bring up SLS
I just brought it up because it's just a structure.
You were there last night. Yeah.
No. But I believe whatever you become in life, as long as you have grit, you have resilience. I mean, grit and resilience are the same thing. You're dedicated to who you will become, and you have this feeling of you never know who is who. You treat everyone the same way, right? Like, bro, life could switch like this. Life could switch like this. I was making $100,000 a month, and I was still biking to school because I wanted to meet people who loves me for me, not for what I had. I could care less about what anyone thinks. And I think I became very, very stoic when I was young, when I read The Courage to be Disliked.
Wow.
And understanding that people's opinions are just their own perception of who you are, not necessarily who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So they can say whatever they want. I mean, when I got into the online space, they used to say I'm a Nigerian prince. I was a Nigerian selling to people in the USA. Of course, no one is going to be welcoming of that. You're completely different. And they've heard stories of, oh, this is how the Nigerians are. But hey, if you relate with me and I show you this is my own principles, this is what I believe in, then it's left for you to decide after our interaction, right? But I'm fine with anyone saying whatever they want. I know who I am, right? And that's my own perspective towards life. So yeah, it's crazy, but alhamdulillah, I'm grateful, man.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. But you know, you have to reach that level of, I think you have to, listen, you know, Jim Carrey, he says, I wish everybody could make all the money in the world so they realize that money's not going to make you happy. Right?
Yeah.
Because while you don't have money, you think, when I have money, I'll be good. When I have money, I'll be good. But when you have it, you then, which you now clearly have it, now you're thinking, well, family, you know, respect, this, that. And especially in Dubai, you know, there's 110,000 millionaires in Dubai. And how are you going to impress someone that has an abundance of money? How are you going to impress them? Oh, I've got this watch, I've got that watch. I don't care. I've got all the money in the world. It's an abundance for me. So at that level, to impress these people, you have to impress them with your deen, your religious views. Are you a good person? Are you a family person? Are you like, you know, what's your vibe? You know, are you God-fearing man? Right? So that's really what the currency is, especially in a place like Dubai, because everyone's got a lot of money.
Bro, like Dubai is a place where someone can have your entire net worth as their number plate.
Yeah, yeah. So true.
So when I got here,
so true.
In Nigeria, I felt like a shark in a fish pond. And when I came to Dubai and I saw an 18-year-old driving a Bugatti, I mean, I was making money in Nigeria, right? But I had never conceptualized what my money could get me until I got to Dubai. But when I got here and I started seeing, you know, different people of different classes, I'm like, holy shit, there is crazy,
crazy.
fuck you money here.
Crazy money. And the ones that have that fuck you money are not saying fuck you. They just chilled with they don't care.
So, and I think I've never really been driven by, oh, I want to make money for money's sake. I was driven for me to be able to take care of my mom and my younger sister. I say I became a man when I was a boy. I didn't want my mom to keep experiencing what she was experiencing, which is like, my mom was a jack of all trades. She was a teacher. She was selling UK used clothes as a side hustle. She was making beads and wire work. She was a caterer. And I had to assist her with all of this. And I could see how, bro, when you don't have enough money, it shrinks you or you get older than your age.
Of course.
And I saw how my mom was losing vitality of life every day because of the struggles and trials she had to go through. So I was like, nah, I want to make money to take care of my mom and my sis. That was like my driving force. And you know, when my mom died in September, it shocked me to my core.
September 23?
Yeah, 2023. I even have it tattooed. The day she was born and the day she died.
1974.
And the day she died.
What does that say? Take a
bet on yourself. Yeah, this is what I believe in.
Got ya.
I took a bet on myself. I never lost.
How did she pass away?
She had
she was
fibroid.
young.
Yeah, she had fibroid, and she was also dealing with some emotional issues based on what happened between herself and my dad. But long story short, she died by suicide. And I felt several emotions when that happened. Because I'm like, I do everything to take care of my mom. Like, why would she do this? So I felt it went from rage to shock to then acceptance of, you did your best, man. Because the crazy thing is, she was supposed to be in Dubai, because the Dubai government banned Nigerians, and so but they allowed people above 45. And so we had planned the trip. She was supposed to be here on a Monday. She died on Friday. Like, you don't expect that kind of news at all when you're anticipating, oh, you're going to see your mom, and then on Friday they call you and it's like, this person is gone. Like, we still spoke, so how does that happen? And so when she died, the whole of September was a terrible period for me. Because this is my favorite human on earth. Like, why is this happening? But then I had to accept that I did my best, but happiness is an inside job. You can enhance the happiness of someone, but you can't make them happy. You can't grant them happiness, right? And until I came to that acceptance, but I know I was a good son to my mom.
Of course.
And I'm not responsible for what happened, but I did my best to make sure that she was well and taken care of. Because I paid the best specialist when I discovered she had fibroid. So it was when she came to Dubai initially, we knew she had fibroid. Fibroid cyst, 8 centimeters. I told her, let's operate it here. She says she wants to go and submit her resignation letter in Nigeria. So she's what's this thing called? She's able to get her pension and everything. I'm like, Mommy, you don't even need the pension. I give you more than enough for this. But you know, like African parents, they want to do things.
That's how they think. Way. Of course.
And so, yeah, you know, I have to submit my resignation. You can't send the resignation from here. No worries. So she went back to Nigeria, and then that ban issue happened. We tried to maneuver it, try and get that here. I'd paid for everything, like the flight. Yeah, man, it's crazy, but it is what it is. But yeah, family has always been the driving force for me.
Yeah, me too.
It's always been the driving
when I invest money, I think to myself, because I pay my parents a salary.
Yeah.
When I invest money, I think to myself, okay, if that gives me a 10% return on my money per this, I can increase my dad's income from this to that. I don't even think about it for myself anymore. I need to break. I can't break out of that. It's like, okay, I do this. He makes more money. My mom makes more money. It's never about me anymore.
Yeah. Because I tell people, you need to have a purpose that is bigger than the numbers that you see on the screen. Because, bro, once you get past $10,000 a month in income to yourself, what else? Like, let's say you are the kind to blow money like crazy. Okay, fine, 50 to 100K a month. What else do you want to spend? You want to buy first class ticket, you buy. You want to fly private, you can fly. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah.
But you need something bigger than that. Like, your impact to the world, your social impact, you know, to people that are tied to you, and you have to go for more because of the destinies that are tied to yours, not just for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you're able to think that way, yeah, I respect you, man. Like,
appreciate you, my man.
I respect you.
I respect you too.
It's not a lot of people that think beyond themselves.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny because I see other families and I see them fighting over money.
Yeah.
And I never understood that. And there's more of them than us.
Yeah.
They're fighting over money rather than trying to make money to provide for the family. But yeah, I mean, look, if I didn't have that motivation of that driving factor to, you know, give my dad more of a salary or my mom more of a salary, I'd be sleeping on your couch. I wouldn't care, right? Like I wouldn't care about making money or anything like that. But it's that fight that we've got.
It's like an unquenchable fire within you that has to be lit. But yeah.
Well, I mean, we're blessed to have it, to be honest with you. We needed it, you know. What is, you mentioned fibrosis, what was it?
Yeah, fibroids, yeah.
Fibroids. What is that?
Fibroid cyst.
Fibroid cyst.
Yeah, fibroid.
What is that?
Or is it fibroid? You guys know it as like
fibroid.
Fibroid. It's a tumor growth within women And
In the uterus?
yeah, she had us
Yeah.
in her uterus.
Yeah.
So it was, and they said, oh, they'll take out the womb and everything. I'm like, okay, fine, mommy, do you want your womb taken out? She's like, I'm not giving back to any kids anymore. Let them
Exactly.
take it out. And they did it. It was a successful surgery and all of that.
So she did take it out.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Like, she was fine. It still baffles me till today. But there was something that was going on between herself and my dad. I don't know, man. I honestly, it's one of the reasons that I feel like I've done my best to try and be a safe space for women around me. Like, even my company, 75% of my staffs are women. I just don't want no one to go through the shit my mom went through when I was growing up. I mean, my dad is, I'm not trying to make my dad out as a bad person. He's, you know, he's a great guy in his own way, but everyone has flaws. However, when your flaw leads to the point where someone is contemplating or ends up getting out, it's...
Yeah, I see it all the time, to be honest with you. I see people talking to people in different ways, and I think to myself, you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're obviously you're hurting, so you're projecting out something on someone, but you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
You could push them over the edge.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That's just how destiny had it planned, and
Exactly.
it's your mum and you can't change it, and it's your dad, you can't change it, right?
Exactly.
So, okay, let's talk about something lighter. So you say you spurred your money on cars.
Yeah, I love
What do you got?
Well, I'm right now with a McLaren 720S.
Beautiful. What color?
It's burgundy.
Burgundy. Nice. All in Dubai?
Yeah, but I am partnered. So I have someone who I partnered with here who does private car rentals, luxury car rentals. And yeah, like whenever I don't feel like I'm driving, it's with him.
Get it out.
He uses it for the rentals. But then I love super bikes, power bikes. I just got a power bike too now.
Nice. What's a power bike? You mean motorbike?
Motorbike.
Okay,
motorbike.
nice.
We call it power bike.
Yeah, okay.
A motorbike Shamax GP250 2023.
Nice.
Bro, that shit is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I've always been an adrenaline junkie.
Sure.
I love the thrill of experiences.
Yeah.
And even when I was young, I remember I used to ride my bicycle and chase after trucks and the likes on the highway and all of that. But yeah, like, I love supercars.
So you just got the McLaren?
No, since 2022.
No, what? You just have the McLaren?
Oh, the McLaren 720 is the Bentley
Nice.
GT, Intercontinental GT, the Benz GTRS.
Nice.
Which one is, wait, the G63.
Oh yeah.
There's a G63.
Yeah, nice.
And there's one more. Shit, when you drive.
What do you drive daily?
My daily, right now I just ride my bike or whatever.
Got ya.
But the
It's
daily,
getting hot though.
the daily is the Bentley.
The Bentley, of course. Beautiful daily. Beautiful daily.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like you get the combination of luxury
Yeah.
and also speed because it also goes super fast.
Yeah.
And so I love it. And for me, cars mean something to me. Growing up in Nigeria, it's either you're a politician's kid or a politician, a musician, a fraudster, or someone in the entertainment industry for you to get this kind of cars, right? Because when we were growing up, it's like the highest dream you have is to buy a Toyota Camry.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, a used Toyota Camry, matter of fact. So when I was able to get my first car, actually the first car I wanted to buy was a Range Rover Velar. I'm glad I never bought it though, because I figured Range Rovers are hectic to manage. But I got the Toyota Solara, and then after that, I then got the AMG G63.
In Nigeria?
No,
yeah. Okay.
No.
Damn.
In Nigeria, you'd have too much attention.
Way too much attention.
Even when I bought my first car after my project defense in the university, And it still brought so much attention. I posted it. Everybody's like, what? We know when you used to ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
Why are you in this? And everybody wanted to know what exactly I was doing. I'm like, it's the same thing I've always talked about. You people just didn't pay attention to it. It's like, you don't believe it's possible to make money online. Well, this is proof.
This is proof.
But when I got to Dubai, that's when I felt comfortable living how I wanted, because I knew no one would come after me or anything. The police won't be harassing you that, oh, why are you young and you're driving this kind of car? Like, no one cares what car you drive here. You can go from point A to point B, fine, no problem. But yeah, I'm grateful, man. Like, I think the one I've posted the most is the Bentley and then the McLaren. Like, that's the car I've posted the most. The McLaren is like a spaceship on land. I love
I love it too. I love it too.
It's amazing. But yeah, I'm glad. Honestly, like, I don't take my current life for granted, because if I can come from there to where I'm at right now, it's beautiful, man. It's very, very fulfilling. And
the range that you've had is crazy, right? The range that you've had, it's like from the bottom to the top. Right? The range is ridiculous.
I mean, it took 11 years for, I'm good.
That's not a long time. 11 years is not a long time. You know what I mean?
Well, at least for me, I've not lived that much, so
yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah, I talk to my friends, and I'm like, man, you're doing so. I have few friends here that have done well, and it's like, but I've been working a long time, like since I was 14. Jeez.
So I'm grateful, man. I don't take it for granted at all.
And I love Dubai. Is this home for you now forever?
Yeah, I won't say forever yet. I want to explore the rest of the world and see what it's like. But Dubai will always have my heart, because this place helped me grow so much. I've met with people, I've connected with amazing people. But yeah, like I'm working, my second passport should be out in January.
For where?
Antigua. So once that is out, I want to travel for 2 years. Like from next year till 2026.
Because you haven't done that traveling thing yet, have you?
Really
no. I love traveling.
And I love traveling. I've been to Maldives, I've been to a few, but I want to experience what it is like to just pick my bag and get out.
Have you been to Zanzibar?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to
but
go
you can.
with my younger. Yeah, I can. But right now, it's like, there are a few things I'm trying to put in place for myself to make sure that by the time I'm ready to, start traveling around the world as much as I want to, I don't have to worry about nothing. One, I want to make sure that my sister is good. And I'd have to reveal off camera, but I want to make sure my sister is in good hands. And then two, I just want to make sure that even when she's stabilized, she can say, Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful for my older brother. Like, is that? Because before it used to be my sister and my mom that were like the biggest priorities. But since my mom isn't here anymore, and like I'll finally be able to actually date the way I want to date.
Go on dates?
Like, I don't like long distance relationships.
Is that what you've been doing?
No. I like my girl being around me. And because of my Nigerian passport, I just felt like it was selfish to be dating girls in the USA, Canada, and the likes, and they have to be the one flying to Dubai every time to see me.
Oh, I see what you mean. But when you meet these girls?
My passport, I meet girls through my friends.
But you meet them in Dubai in person, right?
Dating pool in Dubai is shit.
It's not great.
It is
not great.
Shit.
It's not great.
Hell no.
Hey, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I dated a girl here that I thought I was going to be married to.
You thought you were going to marry her?
She was the first girlfriend I was ever public about.
Wow.
And she has amazing parents. It just didn't work out because I feel like she wasn't grateful for the kind of guy I am.
Where was she from?
Is she
Nigerian too?
She's from no. She has Moroccan descent. She's based here. She's American Canadian, because she schools in America at some point. No, she was born in America, but she schooled in Canada. Our parents are here in Dubai. And yeah, like, I really thought she was the one I was going to be married. She's the first girl I even like showed my mom since I got to Dubai that, oh, mom, I'm seeing someone. And that just didn't go according to plan. So I took a took a break from
dating
actively. But yeah, I met amazing girls, you know, in the USA, UK. I tried to go to the USA at some point, and they denied my visa application. It was then I complained to a friend of mine. It's like, they shouldn't be denying you because you could get the second passport.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, people assume, oh, you have this, so you should know this. But the truth is, if you don't have the people you're consulting about it, how will you know?
How will you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so until I spoke to a friend of mine, it's like, yeah, just get the second passport. And that's when I knew. So I started the process earlier this year because I just got denied in June 2023.
Okay.
So
got ya. Yeah, it's the dating here is very interesting. You know, I got a message today. Okay, and I actually like this. Like, I was getting a little bit close to this girl. Like, we had 6-7 dates, and I was like, oh, really nice girl. She messaged me yesterday, and she said, hey, you know, hey babe, you know, I've been really stressed lately at work, and I haven't been able to make any sales because she was doing real estate, right? And I was just wondering, you know, could you help me with rent this month, right? And my reply to her was very unemotional. It was very like, listen, of course, you know, if you're my girlfriend, no worries, you'd be living with me, you wouldn't pay rent. But we've only been on 5 dates. It's a little bit too early for this conversation. And she then went into defense. I'd never do this. I've been such an independent woman all my life. But if I didn't think I have any other option, I wouldn't ask you, and this and that, which she's got family. You can ask family and stuff like that. But, you know, and then she messaged me saying, listen, I think she messaged me this today. This is yesterday, the conversation. Today she messaged me saying, I think we've been trying to make this work, and I don't think it's going anywhere. I think, you know, and I'm not one to force something, so I think we should just leave it. And then I replied saying, did we try to make it work? Like, I don't think we tried to make anything work. We just went on 5 dates. But you got to read between the lines when it comes to women, right? And she's like, oh, this guy's not going to support me financially.
Trying to manipulate.
Exactly.
For their own benefit.
Exactly.
Like, I was talking to a friend today, and I said, the kind of women to have around are women that are not disposable. Because if it's looks, when you get past a certain point as a man, you attract so much, you're not even operating from lack. It's just a paradox of choice. Okay, who do I choose out of all these people? That's the problem you're facing, not that, oh, how do I find who today? No, you're not looking for who today. It's more of who do I choose out of all these options, right? But if a woman is bringing to the table the same thing every woman can offer you, then what's the point? She's not different, right? And I posted this on IG. I was like, I don't care if a woman can cook or clean. That's not a check box for me, because I can hire a chef and I have a chef who makes my meal. I can hire a person to do my laundry, right? So I don't care about none of that. But your intellect is what matters. Can I be going through something in the biz and be like, oh, I think I can talk to my girl about this and, you know, figure it out. Like, I would love to listen to her point of view, right? That's a smart woman, right? But if you are just focused on, oh, I look like this.
But everyone's pretty.
Exactly.
Everyone's pretty.
Like,
so what?
There's so many pretty women in the
so
world.
Especially in Dubai.
Oh,
it's like, okay, yeah, you're pretty, but what else?
Like, there are so many pretty women in the world.
So I messaged her and I said to her today, I said to her, you're going about it the wrong way. Like, we're obviously not going to be together, but I want to give you some advice because I don't want you to keep going like this. I said to her, you need to fall out of love with the money, and you need to fall in love with the man or the talent, right? You need to be able to say, this man or this talent can make it again if he loses it, because you're just there for the money. It's like, hey, I'm there for you and I support you and I love you, but when the money dries up, I'm not there.
Exactly.
Right? So she didn't want to listen, obviously, but it is what it is. It's Dubai. I mean, I show other girls, like my friends' wives and stuff, and they look at her and she goes, it's Dubai. Like it's just like it's normal.
Dubai, women date you for your money, men date you for your body. That's what I see is happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, but yo, it's not my thing. And I went on a date with a girl only to find out she does OnlyFans.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? And she says, is that how did she say it? Is that a deal breaker for you? I'm like, hell yeah, it is a deal breaker.
Is that a deal breaker for you?
The fuck do you mean is it a deal breaker? I want a woman that every man wants but they can't access.
Yeah.
Not who everyone has seen.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Of course. No, it's getting harder and harder. Honestly, it's getting harder and harder.
So,
do these girls know that you're financially set?
I mean, most times people know that I'm financially set because you're meeting me through either friends or we're connecting.
Got ya. That wouldn't help you.
Yeah.
That wouldn't help.
So the main reason I said Dubai, I don't know if I'll be in Dubai for the longest period of time. I feel like I want to travel the world and see other parts of the world. I definitely want to raise kids in Monaco. I feel it has the highest concentration of wealth in the world. And I want my kids to be raised around affluence. I feel Dubai is kind of like a bubble when it comes to safety. You feel too safe here. You need to experience other parts of the world where it shapes your worldview and you know that, okay, there's a world outside of this place, right?
Yeah.
So,
especially for boys. Boys need...
Exactly. You'll be too soft, man.
But boys need some trauma.
Exactly. And Dubai wouldn't make you understand there's a different world. Because here you could leave your house unlocked and get out and nobody dares go in. You could leave your car parked and the keys are in and no one. I mean, when the flood happened, people parked their cars and they didn't get scared of someone coming to,
No, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. You can't try it in Nigeria.
I know. I didn't think of that.
Dismantle all the pieces, all the places that they could
the door, the tire, everything's gone.
Just forget it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And coming from that kind of environment, I'm just like, nah, this place. Maybe their formative years need to be spent elsewhere, and then they can come here. I'd obviously always have Dubai as like my base, but nah, for dating it sucks. And aside that, I've not been married here to know how raising kids is like here.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a lot of married friends here in Dubai to hear their perspective. Maybe if I speak to people who are married and affluent here, I may see how that is. But based on what I have seen, no, I don't know if I want to.
Not your thing. Okay. You know, the thing is, about Dubai, with the safety thing, right, it's got pros and cons, Dubai, right? Obviously, the dating is what it is. But I don't mind it. Because if your end goal is to get married and have kids, then sure, it's probably not the right place for you. But if you want to focus on your career, focus on other things and have that freedom, like I talked to the relationship specialist when I was like, yeah, but I can't be with anyone because who would be with me? She goes, you'd be surprised. I was like, no, but you don't understand. I'll get on a plane. If I'll do a podcast with you thinking I don't have a podcast for 4 days and I'll go on a plane tonight somewhere, right? Who can date me? Who can be like, oh, I'm okay with that. You're going where? Amsterdam? Have fun. No worries. Take care. I'll be here. Who can deal with that? Nobody's going to deal with that. So I think I'm not ready to give that up yet, right? So for me, it's okay, right? So for me, I feel like Dubai was custom made for me. I love this place, right? But the other thing is, you forget, like, because it's so safe. I got back from London 3 weeks ago, and I would like leave my phone somewhere, and I'll just walk somewhere and come back and pick up my phone. Like I'll be in like a mall. I'll sit down and have a coffee. I'll go to the bathroom, leaving my phone on my table, and then I'll come back going, I shouldn't have done that. It's Dubai. Dubai's made me so used to it being safe.
Well, I remember when I got here and I forgot my MacBook. I had just gotten into Dubai. There are two experiences that shaped my view of Dubai. When I got here, I forgot my MacBook in the taxi that brought me from the airport. Because I knew no one when I got to Dubai. Like, I knew nobody. But I forgot it and I was panicking. And they, when they drive you to this place, they go back. The airport taxi goes back to the airport. But they brought back my MacBook for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. This one cannot happen in Nigeria. Yeah. And then the second one was when I wanted to cross the pedestrian walkway. You know, the way the light turns red, green. Yeah. When it turned green to cross, I ran. Someone in his car was now honking, brother, come, brother. So I went back and he's like, why are you running? I said, because I saw a car coming. He says, no. Even if a car is this close to you, the car will stop. Yeah, Niger. Yeah. Forget your legs. So that, I was just like, nah, this place is insane. Yeah. But yeah, career-wise, I feel like there is so much connections that you can make here. Of course. And yeah, as long as you're genuine, you meet great people. There are also people that are shallow, super shallow here. Of course. Very superficial. But my experience so far, I don't regret.
Yeah, me too. But here's the thing. This is why I think we will do well in Dubai, because we're not that. Yeah. Right? Oil rises to the top of water, right? I'm a very anti-flex guy. Anti-flex. I don't like to I always wear a black t-shirt. I've been wearing a black t-shirt since I was 15 years old, right? My cousin told me the other day. I'm anti-flex. I'm all about comfortability and stuff. That's why for this car. So I feel like people that are doing too much, there's so many of them. And people that are kind of like us, more humble, judge me more on the content of my character and my personality rather than my watch or my shoes or whatever. I think we will do better than other people in Dubai. That's how I feel, because the city's accepted me so well, and I haven't been like everyone else in terms of the flashy things, and I think it's just because it's different.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the quality of your character speaks more volume than the quality of the car that you drive. Like, bro, you could tell me, I'm at the Sal right now, Burj Al Arab, and I would come in a taxi to meet you. Mine is, what's the fastest way I can get something done? Like, if I feel like Dubai is one place where even if you are driving, if you miss one turn, you can add extra 10 minutes to your trip, right? Yeah. So if I'm like, shit, I can get there in a taxi faster than driving, I'll take a taxi. Exactly. It's more about efficiency for me. It's not like, I need to brag. I don't carry my net worth or my possessions on my sleeve, because I've lived without this. I've been poor most of my life than I've been wealthy. Yeah. Even the wealth self, I'm still adjusting to it. I'm still adjusting to the fact that, bro, there are certain things you shouldn't do anymore. You actually have status to an extent at this point, right? There are things that you should do now because, okay, fine, this is what is expected of you, and this is how you should act now. But at the end of the day, I'm still a normal dude. I don't care about the money. Okay, I do care about the money. Not like I don't care about the money. But I care more about the convenience it brings to my life. Yes. Right? And the options that I have. At the end of the day, I'm still figuring life out. There's a lot I don't know more than I do know. So I look at people from, okay, what can I learn from this person? Not how do I impress this person? See, you can meet someone today and they come off like they are your best friend, and then the next day they are the ones speaking the worst things about you, right? So you have to be discerning to know who to allow into your space versus who not to allow into your space, right? So people who do too much to impress the rest, if you don't ask me something, I won't talk about it. Like, if someone doesn't say, why did I get my bike? I couldn't move around when the flood happened. And I was like, but if I had a bike when all of this traffic is there, I could just zoot past everybody and get home. And that's what I posted it to myself. I said, I think I'll get a bike. And I went to get the bike.
The same day?
Like, no, it was even that same week that I got my bike. But it just felt more sensible to me that, okay, if I have a bike, I don't have to wait for, one car is submerged underwater, the engine or whatever. I could just ride
Go
past
around.
people and
Yeah.
go around.
Yeah.
But if it is because it was even spontaneous. I never really thought that, oh, the weather is now crazy here
Yeah.
in Dubai now. So why would I get a bike when the heat is insane?
Yeah.
But it just felt right to me in the moment. But if I didn't have money, I'd have thought about it a lot more. That, oh, okay, is this smart for today? But the money was there and I felt like it, and I just went to get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's more about the quality. I know very wealthy douchebags.
Yes.
And I know very, very amazing wealthy people.
Yes.
So I feel like money only amplifies who you are.
Who you are, correct.
Not really. If you're reckless without money, when you have money, you'll be very, very reckless.
Yeah.
And if you're the kind of chill person without money, when you have money, it just makes you a lot more
chill. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. When did you sell your businesses?
Oh, this was 2020. Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
So 4 years you're adjusting to this, to the wealth.
It's still a new reality.
It's still a new reality. And how do you, are you just like, do you have cash flow?
Yeah, I have cash flow.
From what?
So right now I have VIP days where I sit people down and show them how to get to $25 million a year with their businesses.
Okay.
I have a coaching and consulting arm of my business now, which is where I'm documenting how I'm building my watch company. So people pay annually and then monthly to also learn how to go about that. And then I also do Airbnb here in Dubai. I even want to start documenting that more.
So that's your cash flow.
The private car rental business too.
Of course.
It also brings in cash flow, and then the watch brand.
Yeah. So that's your cash flow that you kind of use to
active cash flow.
Yeah, active cash flow, and the rest, the money that you use to sell the companies, that's just sitting in the bank.
No, bank. I don't trust the government.
It's sitting in Bitcoin.
Crypto.
What are you holding in crypto? Is it USDT or?
No, not just USDT. I bought into Solana when Solana was like $2.
Yeah.
I bought into Bitcoin very, very early. I bought Bitcoin when it was $750.
Wow. Wow.
Yo, wow, it's kind of came up. Oh, there's a coin.
People tell me all the time, stop saying wow on the podcast.
There's a coin Optimism. I hold Optimism right now. I think I bought into Optimism when it was like 75 cents or something.
Okay.
And now it's probably at 2. I think it went to 2. I've not even checked the wallet in a while. But yeah, that one.
But the 128 million that you got, what is that, USDT?
Yeah, I got it via USDT.
In USDT.
Bro, if you get it via the bank, you know how much taxes you pay.
Yeah.
And then...
So what, you sold that transaction in USDT?
Yes, it was via USDT. That's why I went to Estonia. They were crypto friendly.
I see.
Yeah, it was USDT.
Got ya, wow. What company would sell a transaction USDT? That's crazy.
No, when you think about it, it makes a lot more sense to them too, because they don't have to go through any crazy governmental parastatals to clear money. Yeah. Right. And also, when you also look at it, I also don't get to pay capital gains taxes or anything on the company whenever I sell. And I'm glad I did, because it allowed me to invest into things. Even, I've always loved crypto. The crazy thing is, I didn't really know much about crypto in the beginning. I just put money into like crypto. Then there was this guy that I followed, David
Da Vinci.
No, not even. Oh, Da Vinci, the first guy, the guy that said we should buy when crypto was $1. Yeah, I saw that guy, but
he's been on the podcast.
He's been here. So I saw him only after I bought into Bitcoin back then. But I didn't have any crazy expenses, so I just packed my money into assets. I have real estate portfolio in Nigeria. I've always loved real estate because I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Robert Kiyosaki is big on real estate. So I have real estate portfolio. But yeah,
you know what's funny? Speaking of USDT, I was having dinner with just some high-level people. One of the guys invited me. He said there's going to be some high-level people coming. And then the guy sitting next to me was the founder of USDT.
Ooh.
And he said to me, I probably have the most profitable business in the world.
Of course.
And then he left, and later, 2 weeks later, I went on Google, or no, I was on Instagram, and I saw that USDT profited 4.6 billion in the last quarter. And I remember he was saying that we got the most profitable business in the world, and I was like, Jesus.
The speed and the convenience of transaction.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to send
It's just a money tree.
$100,000,
Because it's just a coin at $1.
Bro, if you want to send $100,000 through the bank, you know how much clearance you have to go through just to send that. But you want to send $100,000 right now in this car, just few confirmations and it's done.
Done. Yeah, so easy.
Yeah. So
easy.
When you think of all of that,
Yeah. Look, if the direction that it goes where it goes and crypto does take over the world, this person that I had dinner with, he will be Illuminati because he controls the dollar.
of course.
He controls the dollar. Can you
It's
imagine
pegged
one man
against
or
the
two
dollar.
men that own the dollar? He's Illuminati. There's no above that, right? It's just like, you want me to stop it? I'll stop it. Like, you know? So it was
It's
crazy.
crazy, man.
And he's such a nice guy. Ubers are everywhere.
See,
Doesn't care.
one of my mentors is a billionaire, and he always tells me that you can't impress people with money, with material things, right?
Yeah.
And I think because I spent 5 days with him, I even made a video on YouTube about spending 5 days with a billionaire and what I learned from him. But the key takeaways I took away from him, aside like the material stuff, is that if people disregard you because of how you appear before them, those are not the kind of people you want to keep around.
Got ya.
Because you could lose everything within the blink of an eye. Nothing is guaranteed in life except death. So you could lose everything. So if they are going to treat you differently, if you don't have the things that you have right now, then they are not worthy of being in your life. Because I always say that, I don't want anyone to treat me in a different light because, I drive this or I do this, I live here, versus if I just show up on a regular, will they treat me differently? If they will, I don't want to have that person around me. Like, if I drive a McLaren to you today, and then tomorrow I come in a taxi, and you're like, the fuck, who's this guy? I don't want you in my life.
Got ya.
And bro, I don't do like this with people. I'll tell you, if I feel like I don't like this person, I'm going to tell you I don't want to have anything to do with you again. I don't want you to be thinking, he ghosted me. No, I'm not ghosting you. I will tell you to your face, bro, it's fine, it's chill, but I don't want to have anything to do with you again. My mom will say I'm too brutal when it comes to that.
Brutal.
But it's the truth. Like, why do you have to try and please people at your own expense?
Yeah. How did the money change? How did your friendship circle change when you got money?
Yeah, that was something I had to figure out.
Because it affected me a little bit as well. Yeah.
At some point, I felt like, I had outgrown certain people, so the conversations didn't really make sense anymore. However, my younger sister kept me grounded, and the way she did that was to show me that you can't compartmentalize people. The fact that this person doesn't even make up to you doesn't mean there are other ways they can't impact your life, right? So, for instance, when I went to Nigeria when my mom died, it was my childhood friend, Babs, who came to pick me at the airport.
What's his name?
Babs.
Babs.
Yeah, Babatunde, but nickname Babs. Like, he came
Are
to
you still
pick
friends
me
with
from-
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, close.
We went to school together when we were kids. Like, our parents lived in the same neighborhood. His mom used to host us when my mom is, still teaching.
Yeah. Shout out to Babs.
Schools, but
But, I felt like, even though conversations are different, yes, but it doesn't matter that you're friends from school. I felt like the jealousy, I would just be getting a little bit of backhand comments. Would you get backhand
comments? There
comments?
are people that I've gotten rid of because I discovered that they were jealous or envious, or they felt entitled to the life that I have, even though they didn't put in the work to get the life I have. There are people that...
Or they feel like you don't deserve it.
Yeah. There are people that feel like, how is this happening to him and not to me? Right? And why should you be feeling some type of way because I made it out of the hood when you didn't. If you put in the sleepless nights that I put in, you are trying to impact the world at large the way I did, maybe God would have blessed you. But no, the people were calling me stupid. Even my younger sister said I was the most boring guy she knew, and she would never date someone like me when we were younger, because all I did was read, go to school, ride my bike, go learn shoemaking, and be back home. That was the life I had. I didn't have any party, nothing. I didn't have any social life. And that was what I did. I put my head down for a period of time, set a deadline for myself that this is what I want to accomplish. And you know the crazy thing? I just wanted to make $18,000 a year. That was the dream I had then. If I can make $18,000 a year, this is more than my dad makes as a lecturer. I'll be able to take care of my family. But you know, the thing with growth is it's exponential. It goes poo, 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 and like, even right now, sometimes I sit down and I pinch myself that, Abdul-Qawiyy, this is your life. Alhamdulillah. Like, bro, nothing could have prepared me for this.
Really?
Nothing. I know that I was going to be successful. I just didn't think like this much. And yeah, of course, it changed my circle. I moved with much more higher net worth people, because conversations differ. The conversations you have with someone who's making 10 mil a year is different from the conversation you have with someone who's making $10,000 a year. Like, they can't comprehend. It's two different things. So yeah, and I'm still, bro, I've never made $1 billion in a year before. I've never, this is the time that I'm trying to get to like $100 million, $150 million in annual income. And I've never done it before. So I have to interact with people who are doing that for me to be able to accomplish it, right? So if I'm saying, oh, I want to make $18 million this month with someone who doesn't even make $10,000 to $100,000 a month, it's incomprehensible. We can't have rapport at that point, right? And then it starts bringing envy, hate, and all of that. So of course it changed my circle, but at the end of the day, I've just learned that sometimes some people are best kept in your life, even if they don't have the status that you have, because they've always known you and they've loved you for who you are, not for what you have. Because see, money works two ways. It can amplify the quality of your life, but it can also bring you the worst set of people into your life. People who want you for what you have, not for who you are. And that's where discernment comes into play. Like, okay, does this person really cherish our relationship because of who I am versus what they stand to benefit from me? Of course, I mean, relationships should be mutually beneficial. Like, they still need to benefit, but not at your own detriment. So yeah, that's it.
You know, I put myself in your shoes, and if I exited a company at $128 million, I'd be in Jamaica. I'd be, my dad would be in Japan if he wanted to. I would just be chilling on the beach. Obviously, I just got back from Thailand for 7 days, and I couldn't wait to leave Thailand and come back to Dubai. So obviously, you get island fever and you get tired. But I don't know. I wouldn't be working as hard as you are working.
Well,
why? Why are you doing that?
I would say I was semi-retired for a long period of time, but it gets boring. It really gets boring. Like, and don't forget that I'm young. When a man has pleasure, let's just say sex, food in his belly and a roof over his head, he can get complacent real quick, right? And when people say, oh, I can't wait to retire, bro, there's nothing. That's why retired people die very, very early. Because there's no activity, there's no challenge. But I love the challenge. I love the thrill. I said, before I said, I'm not doing e-com anymore because I can just take any company, like $1 million real quick. But like, yo, why don't you just build this thing you've always wanted to do? You're in the right environment to do it. You have the resources to do it. Just build it and then let people also enjoy the benefit of it. Like, what if you could watch Elon Musk while he was building Tesla from scratch? Or if you could watch Jeff Bezos while he was building Amazon from scratch? And it gives you a sense of fulfillment too. When people are telling you, wow, you changed my life because of this that you shared, because of this that you shared. So I think that's where I find the fulfillment. It's not money. And yeah, now like from January, I'll be able to travel the world. So I feel like then people will now start seeing that, like, it's here this month, it's there next month. It's there. Also, traveling gets exhausting. I mean, if you talk to cabin crew members, they're like, it looks like a fantasy, but this isn't the life you want for yourself. So I feel I'm still young. I want to enjoy the world. I want to travel. Now I'm just trying to build like my base and also my network more. And the main reason I started creating online is to find people who think the way I think, who cherish the things that I cherish and have the values that I have.
Yeah. We should travel together. Once you start traveling,
bro,
listen,
for sure.
I travel a lot.
For sure.
I travel a lot. Like every 12 days, I'm going somewhere.
Sure. I'm down. Like,
I travel a lot.
I've said it at some point. I'd like to throw like a group trip. We should all just travel.
Yeah, I love group trips.
Like
I love group trips. The
fun.
whole June I'm not here. I think July I might not be here as well. But it gets pretty hot here. So, okay, so I want to go back. If somebody's watching this right now and they want to get to the level that you are, right? Good luck. And they want to do e-commerce. So you don't do like Amazon stuff like that. You basically create a brand, create the website, bring attention to it, build the volume, build the revenue, and sell it. Well, you've chosen to sell it. Am I right?
Yeah.
You don't do the Amazon thing. No, okay.
I don't.
So if somebody wants to start and do something like this, what products should they be looking at?
Well, that's the first mistake people will make. Don't look for products. Look for a starving crowd.
Look for a what?
Starving crowd.
Starving crowd.
Yeah. People who seek something badly.
So fix a problem.
Yeah, fix a problem and make sure it is people that have the right purchase power that you sell to. Right? If you can find someone, it's like...
So market to America where they have money. Don't market
don't sell to Nigeria.
You know what I mean? It's like that. That's what you mean.
Yes. And sell to an educated audience about the problem that they have.
Okay.
Because you trade the path of least resistance. If they have money, they are aware they have a problem, and you are able to market it right, that this is the solution to the problem that you have, then it's easy for you to get the sale.
Okay, but what you said is what you've done.
Yeah.
Because you sold the corsets that hold after the baby fat, and for short men they can have the thing get higher, right? But this, that doesn't fix any problem.
Oh, it does fix a problem.
What problems does that
Well,
fix?
this one I wouldn't really say fix a problem, but it gives a sense of prestige or accomplishment. We're selling status to the 5%ers. People who have built... So Phoenix represents a bird that rises from ashes to become something of significance. So this is for the people who have been through the hardest things of life and have been able to build an amazing life for themselves. They've proved their worth to the world, and now they want something to acknowledge that, yes, I've made it. So it serves, to an extent, a little bit of insecurity, but it also feels the feeling of being wanted, being seen. So we sell recognition, we don't sell watches. But our tagline is, for the man who dares to be. Right? So everyone wants to feel loved. Everyone wants to feel wanted. Everyone wants to feel acknowledged.
Recognized.
If you're dating a woman and she doesn't feel seen, heard, and listened to, she feels worthless in that relationship. So we're still selling to something. We're triggering an emotion in people to make them feel like, oh, wow. And then the community behind it is also the flywheel for this brand. Because now, once my passport is done, I plan to start hosting supercar meetups, obviously successful people, masterminds with people, and also throw my own events, right? So now, the next releases of this that we're working on will have a QR code at the back. And whenever we have an event and it is scanned, you would have access to the event.
And
you will be able to
So it's like an
access it for
NFT in a way.
Yeah, you access it. Yeah,
Real
kind
world
of like
NFT.
yeah. So you'll be able to access it at a much more discounted price. And then you would also be able to network with people who, have done something
Sure.
worthy of talking about.
Sure.
Kind of that way. But this was a passion project. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not building this to sell. I'm
Sure.
building this because I have the interest, and I'm also using it to build my network with people who have done it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not just I'm saying it, but I've actually done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Interesting.
If there's anyone who's listening to this and they are young, feeling like life isn't going the way they want for themselves, I want you to understand that if you persevere and you find the right people to listen to, there's a lot of rubbish online. Too many people can tell you this, do that. But look at who you're listening to. Would you want to be like them? I don't listen to people. I'm not sorry to say this, but if you're fat and you have money, I'm not listening to you because I don't want to be like you. And the main reason is because men in my dad's family don't live past 60 because of obesity and weight gain related issues. I saw that, and that was why I decided that I need to work hard. I need to be in the best shape of my life. And I'm not apologetic about it. So I only listen to people who I feel like, one, we have similar values. Two, they are ahead of me and they could show me the way to get to that. Or three, we may be peers, but they have their head in check. So if someone is giving you an advice and you don't see similarities or correlations between where you're at and where they're at, it's not worthy of being listened to. Opinions are like bottles. Everyone has one. So, yeah. So only listen to people that are worthy of being listened to.
Sure.
But yeah, that's my advice to anyone who wants to inspire.
You mentioned who do you listen to?
Yeah.
Who's your role model? Who do you listen to? Who do you look up to?
I have different role models for different aspects of my life. Finance, fitness, family.
You said you've got a billionaire mentor.
Yes.
In Dubai?
No, he's not based here in Dubai.
Oh, he's not, okay.
Yeah.
Is he Nigerian?
No, he's not Nigerian. He's Israeli.
Israeli.
But he doesn't support the Israel against Palestine. However, he was able to build, and he started out as a security. No, Israeli. Iranian.
Is he?
He's Iranian, not...
I'm Iranian.
Not, for real?
I'm Iranian. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's Iranian. But
He definitely doesn't support Israel.
No, he doesn't support Israel. Because I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But he told me one thing. He started out as a security. He left from Iran to the Middle East.
Yeah.
And that was during the Iranian war.
Yeah, revolution.
He left and he couldn't speak a word of English. And he came to the Middle East. First went to Jeddah, then came to Dubai, left. But long story short, he started out as a security officer in a restaurant and worked his way up through. He started a steel company, STEEL.
Oh, steel, okay, yeah, got ya.
Steel company.
Got ya.
And he started supplying to the Middle East
Got ya.
and back. One thing it tells me, every single time we have conversations around money and all of that, is that even if you will do a deal with someone, don't look at the money, look at the character. Look at their value system and look at their beliefs. If they don't believe in the same things that you believe in, or they don't have values that are dear, that they hold dear, or they don't have a belief in a superpower, like an higher power, they're not people you want to have around.
Because they're not God-fearing people.
Yeah.
They're not scared of anything.
So anyone who's not scared of anything, or anyone that can call them that, no, this thing you're doing isn't right, it's not the kind of person you want to have around you.
100%.
And now when it comes to family, I'm very, very family oriented. Maybe because I didn't get that. I really want it. Like, I want a happy home, my happy wife. My mentor is Nate Scott. He's been married to his wife for 35 years.
Wow.
And happily married, by the way. I listen to him a lot when it comes to relationships. Like, anytime I'm confused about something, or it's the one I consult. And a lot of my friends are also, married and that. And now when it comes to fitness, I wouldn't really say he's my mentor, but it's someone I look up to. And is my PT, my personal trainer, Hussein, really, really dedicated to the course.
Yeah.
Like, he's very, very in shape. And there's another guy I study online, Mr. Kaliet. He's a celebrity personal trainer in the USA. He's in shape and he's in his 40s.
Wow.
Like, really, really in shape.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you look up to the experts in every industry then?
Yeah. Or people who are learning and are documenting how they are going about it. Like, they are doing something and then bringing it back to the world that, this is how I'm going around it. Yeah. Although I've learned from, a few people, Ty Lopez, Jason Stone, just that the people that I know, if they tell me do this, I wouldn't think twice about doing it. Yeah, you grow through life, grow through ranks. There are people you consult and all of that. But yeah, I believe in finding the experts at something and just listening to them.
Abdul, your mum is so proud of you from the others of the world, my brother. Honestly, your mum would be watching you so proud. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for telling your story. Man, I'm glad that I know you. I'm glad we're friends. Come back anytime. All right? This is Abdul.